Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Shikemi Emiola. This is like a long video, like a long time I've done a video, but yes, please bear with me. I'll start by saying that as soon as this movie was released, I didn't even know about it. Someone just sent me a message that they'll be expecting my review on Gangs of Lagos. I'm like Gangs of Lagos, and I watched the trailer. I was like, oh, okay, let's see. Let me anticipate and also wait for the movie also. And when the movie came out and it was only released on Amazon Prime, I was like, because I only use Netflix, I don't use Amazon Prime. I was like, okay, let me download Amazon Prime, and then I downloaded Amazon Prime, and I was said that Amazon Prime is good, but they don't have like, I would say I didn't really like movies of Amazon Prime, but yes, Gangs of Lagos was on it, so yeah, definitely I had to, download Amazon Prime. After I downloaded it, I liked how Amazon Prime was based on the fact that for every scene you are watching, you can see the cast, on like once you click on play, which was like very good. So I was like, oh, so I started watching Gangs of Lagos and I'm going to get my review just about now. So I'll start by saying that Gangs of Lagos was a good movie. Well, first of all, when I started watching the movie, I realized that it wasn't intriguing. Like it wasn't a movie that, as I was watching it, when I started watching it, I was not really interested. There was nothing that really like caught my attention that made me like want to focus on this movie and like leave every other thing, which is what I like about movies. Movies like it takes me away, like it's like an escape. I can like imagine what I want to imagine and everything, and literally put myself in the movie. So that's one thing I really like about movies. But Gangs of Lagos wasn't like intriguing at the beginning because it got better like on the way, but like at the beginning it wasn't what it was. And then I want to say that the casting was beautiful. The only problem I had with the casting was like Tonya Imako, who they put as the governor, and I feel like she's very good for. I've said it before in one of my videos where I said that she's very good for movies that are very like she's good for like local movies, but like having her speak English or having her be an educated person in movie is not like her. I'm sorry to say, but it's not like her thing because she was having like she brought her ghetto self into that where she was supposed to be like the governor of Lagos, where she's having this accent. There's this lip thing where she does where she's like, I really just like nah, it wasn't giving. So her casting there it wasn't. But like one of the Korodu boys that was there that later became Toby Bakari like a very was like a very good, it was a very good casting. The casting was brilliant. I would give it to them based off the casting. There were some hitches here and there, but that the casting was good. I think before I watched the movie, I already saw like reviews of Twitter, like people already dropping their 2 cents on Twitter. So I was like, this is the movie. I must watch this movie. So I immediately downloaded Amazon Prime and then I proceeded to watching the movie. So let me just give you like a little briefing on what the movie was about. Gangs of Lagos. I like the title. The title went well, like with the entire film, which was very good. So it's about just like it depicts Lagos, what we experience in Lagos, like the underground of Lagos. I love that everything went down in Isaleko. So it was just depicting like gangs, whereby it's just like shows what goes on in Lagos, whereby we have like rivals of like, oh, this gang and this gang because they're like people's boys, if you get what I'm saying. But like they are people's boys. I don't want to really mention names in my YouTube. So I'm just like I don't want to mention like real life people, that they were depicting. But like that's just what it was showing us, whereby we have different gangs, supporting different political parties, and then in the process there's struggle, there's everything, there are killings and everything. And with the recent elections that just happened in Nigeria, it just like shed more light on that. Apparently the movie was shot 2 years ago, and then them being able to like depict all that and it coming to light in our recent elections just like shows what is still going on in Nigeria currently. So there were like two gangs, where they were the whole movie was just like was a lot of violence and everything. But like I said, the casting was brilliant, Chike play Ify, I saw some tweets where people were saying that he was so soft. He was literally the perfect character for that. He was the perfect person for that character because they were saying that he was like a soft. We have Agueros where they have like the Agueros with the soft side, so he was like an Aguero with the soft side, and he was perfect. He could sing. He didn't want to necessarily be an Aguero, but he had to be an Aguero, you know. we have these things going on in Nigeria, in Lagos for that matter, where we have people who collect money from the street people, from people who are trying to like do their daily business and just collect money. And that was what the movie was just really depicting, what goes on in the underground of in Lagos State, really, because it was based off Isaleko, where we had Tayo Faniran. We had like Tayo Faniran's introduction into the movie industry was like brilliant. It was perfect. His Yoruba was solid. Everything was like 10/10 for me. So moving on, at the beginning we saw that they had like a head, then they had a head, then they had like people again with like who were like the next, then they had boys under them, and that it just shows how people get into this life. They can't fend for themselves in the process. They end up in the process they end up going into that, just to feed and all. So it was just showing us that, had boys that, they had to report to them, and they had to kill for them. So these people at the top don't necessarily do the killings or everything. They have people who they delegate these things to, and they were just showing us that, and it was that. I want to say that yeah, Yabo Ojo is a fantastic actress. Like she killed her role. She was one of my. I really loved her, and then I loved this guy. I can't recall his name now, but I'm going to include it. Where he was like Kamara, rather, yes, Kamara. I just remembered his name. Where he was like, it's a crossbreed. He was my favorite. He was my favorite person in the entire movie. I must say, he was so brilliant. He was phenomenal. Like the others I'm saying that the casting was top notch. It was just, and the storyline wasn't very broad. If we're being honest, it wasn't very broad. The storyline was like not very broad, but like they were able to like broaden it to make it into a whole movie. The storyline was short. Honestly, it was just like what goes on in the underground of Lagos State. It wasn't like broad or anything. It was just showing Togri and all. That was just like the major storyline, the killings, and then having to protect people that are on top. I love Toby Bakari and Bimba the movie, but I realized one of the things that I realized in this movie was that the two of them don't have a lot of chemistry. Like in the movie, you could tell that there wasn't like a lot of chemistry between the two of them. They both think that their chemistry wasn't very strong. It's just giving Blair. So yeah. So that aside, the movie was great. Another hitch I realized in the movie was the part where Adeswa came in and Tobakara was already there. Someone said on Twitter that how would your father's age mate, how will you be fighting your father's age mate, and then your father's age mate will beat you up? Toby Bakari was fighting with Elenio, and while they were fighting and all, he beat him up and like beat him up solid. How is that really possible? He wasn't even so fit. Like there was no part of the movie that let us like know that he was fit or anything. Like was trying to be fit. So how did he beat Toby Bakari, who was fit, who was still on the streets? That part wasn't necessarily adding up. But the movie actually they die for him film. So let's just have it like that. Then the part where Adesua came in, behind um behind Toby Bakari and shot, and she didn't shoot him. Like the whole that part was like there was like almost like it was a glitch because it wasn't adding up. Somebody came from behind you and you didn't know until he shot the person in front of you before you turn back. But then I would say that Jade Osiberu did a fantastic job. She did a phenomenal. It was like it's like a 10/10 for me for her. But then I would definitely rate the movie an 8, a solid 8, because it was good. Just a little here and there. The fact that it wasn't intriguing, the fact that they could have picked the better person for Tony Yamaku than Tony Yamaku. They are like, so I feel like this person would have killed that role. Potential would have killed that role. There are a bunch of people. Chioma Chukwuka was so phenomenal. Like I almost forgot her character, but she like it just like I just recalled it, and it was so good. I just saw had some hitches here and there, you know. But then I'll give it to her. She tried, but there were some hitches here and there where it wasn't like giving what she was giving. But like I would say that there was definitely a better development from her past acting to this one now. So definitely was a good one. All the actors and actresses really did well. Costume was very good. Location was solid, 10/10. The location was, it was Saleko, so they shot it. Costume was beautiful. I like the fact that they paid attention to details in terms of costume, in terms of location, because these are like important things. You can't be saying that you are in Saleko and we are seeing like some certain things like They're not seeing stuff that I did get to. And then I saw a video on Twitter whereby they were showing like how they shot the killings, like how they like depicted the killings, and then I realized that that created like a little. I think that made me very aware of it before I watched the movie. So the part where Yemuli was like, and I want to talk about Yemuli's character was like trying to use a spade to like kill somebody, and then in the process, when he was trying to like kill somebody, it wasn't the force wasn't maybe it was because it was in slow motion, but yeah. And then someone said on Twitter, it was like definitely they didn't pay Yemoli his balance because his acting wasn't. And I have to agree, he was not. Yemoli is literally a gangster. He can do like gangster roles and pardon me, he can do like gangster roles. And he was just seeming like very laid back. He was this was lover, but he was just like very laid back in the movie. And I'm like, why is he so like laid back in the movie? But yeah, that was it. Yemoli wasn't. I expected like more ginger. Zlatan killed his role. Zlatan is like a street boy, so he killed his role. And then I liked Mr. Macaroni in the movie. His role was short. He did have like a lot of roles, yeah, but he did it so well. He did like it was so good. Like I said again, the casting was brilliant. I don't even think that most of the people that they had in that movie, there was no one that would have done it better aside from Yamakuzo. Like someone who there are a lot of people that would have done her role better, but aside her role, there were people that were brilliant. At this was even at this one that didn't even like her. There's no one I can think of that would have done her role better because they were trying to depict someone who was young and she was like the perfect person. Like their gang was just like perfect. Ify being this thing was just like very good. And then another place I had an issue with was Ify's baby mama when she came up to him and the whole bond. But I like the fact that somebody said on Twitter that they paid attention to details that before you can blow, you must have like baby mama issues, which like as a Nigerian artist, you must have like baby mama issues before you can blow, and he already had like his baby mama issues, which was so the next step for him was definitely to like blow. I think an 8/10 is very solid for this movie. Like kudos to Jade Siberu, Gangs of Lagos. If you haven't seen it, I think you should go watch it. And then she made a tweet whereby she said that even if you don't want to pay for Amazon Prime, it has like a 7 day free trial, which was what I even used to watch the movie. So yeah, it has a seven-day free trial that you can get to see the movie. So Gangs of Lagos is very good, solid 8/10. You know, almost a 9, but it's like a shaky 8/10. So yeah, um, if you haven't seen it, go and watch it and let me know if you have watched the movie. Please let me know what you think about it in the comment section. Please don't forget to share this video with your friends and your family. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and drop a comment. See you in my next video. Bye.